Hey, my name is Will Bullock, financial advisor with Assurance Plan Management, and today I want to walk you through who handles your investments. So, when you work with a financial advisor, it might seem pretty straightforward at first, but if you really dig deep, it can often be kind of confusing of the different parties that are involved in financial advising and investment management. So, today I made this video to walk you through the different parties involved so you can have a better understanding of who is involved when it comes to your investment management, whether it's working with myself at Assurance Plan Management or working with another advisor. I hope this helps to clarify some questions you might have. So, starting from the beginning, from the top or the middle right here, we'll start with the financial advisor, which obviously is my role in this. So, as a financial advisor, my goal is to understand your needs and understand your financial situation, and through analysis, make recommendations that help reach your financial goals. My job also is to build a relationship and help walk you through big financial decisions. Okay? Now, as a financial advisor, I am required to register with a broker dealer and or a registered investment advisor, or a BD/RIA. Now, BD/RIA, they are the firm that is the supervisor of financial advisors. Okay, what I mean by that is they provide compliance, regulatory systems and processes, and helps to ensure that I follow, the regulatory laws, securities laws, and regulations set by FINRA and the SEC. Okay, so my broker dealer/RIA is Equity Services Inc. Or, as some people say, ESI. It's very important to understand that because when people get paperwork, when they're doing business with me, opening an account, they'll often see ESI, Equity Services, and it can be kind of confusing who that party is. So that's the broker dealer/RIA. And it's important to note that all advisory and investment services are offered through Equity Services. Now, in addition, some broker dealers, such as ESI, do allow their financial advisors to work under a DBA, or doing business as name. All right, and ESI allows us to do that. So, as I mentioned earlier, my DBA is Assurance Plan Management. Now, what's important, the DBA is great because it allows me to build a personalized brand around who I want to work with and more around kind of my own practice. All right. So when you work with me, you'll see on my email often and the website, even on my LinkedIn social media profiles, Assurance Plan Management. It allows me to have my own customized, personalized brand. It allows me to build it out the way I want to. Right. Now, moving on, there's two more roles I do want to discuss. So the next role we talk about today is the custodian. All right. Now, the custodian's job, their job is pretty simple. It's to hold the funds. Okay. So as a financial advisor, I'd actually do not literally hold your funds in a safe at my office. Okay. The custodian, their job is to hold the funds. They also process trades, keep records, and provide statements for the accounts. So again, it's important, you get statements from this custodian, but it doesn't mean they have any control over the investments themselves. They're just there to record and hold the funds. Now, in this modern age, another component that they do provide is they are the firm that provides the cybersecurity measures and things of that nature. Now, some firms, they are the custodian, they are the broker dealer, all right? However, Equity Services, they use third-party broker or custodians, okay? Some of the custodians out there include firms like Charles Schwab, Fidelity, just to name a couple. But yeah, again, they're the place that holds the money. All right. So moving on to the last important role to understand, and this is the money manager. Okay. So the money manager is the party that manages the investments and the investment strategies on a day-to-day basis. Now, financial advisors can work in different ways. There are advisors out there that they either have an in-house money manager or they, even in some cases, may do the investing themselves. Now, in my practice, I often will use third-party money managers. All right. So third-party money managers, again, their goal is to manage the investments on a day-to-day basis based off the goals that are set by the portfolios themselves. Now, the third-party money managers I work with, they're not necessarily looking to help you achieve your financial goals. They are going for the goals of the portfolio that's set by the funds and the companies themselves. Okay. Now, while they manage it on a day-to-day basis, my goal is to help translate or to help pick out the money managers that best fit your goals, your financial situation. The other part of my job is to monitor the performance and how these different money managers are doing and make changes when necessary. Okay. So, what's great about this is it allows me to focus on the relationship and not have to manage on a day-to-day basis. All right. So, those are the primary roles that are involved in the financial advising process. Right? Firms do it differently. Some firms, are more oversee all these areas. I choose to use third parties, at least for the custodian and money market manager role. And a big part of the reason I'm doing that is it saves me time. It allows me to focus on what's most important, which is working with you, helping you through your questions and concerns, and making sure that we have the best financial plan. Now, if you have any questions about this or would like to learn more, feel free to set some time, reach out. I'm happy to talk you through it. But I hope you have a great day.